Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, whatever you call it, Get Covered Illinois wants you to know that you need to enroll in a health plan before January 31st. Having health insurance is the law. If you don't get coverage, you may have to pay a penalty of $695 or more. Coverage is more affordable than you think. Most people can find monthly premiums for $75 or less. Go to getcoveredillinois.gov or call 866-311-1119 to get free in-person help. That's 866-311-1119. Enroll today.
Blog Talk Radio.
What's up with Movie World Action Show?
Movie World.
I reviewed the movie. I thought it was a great movie, and I'm farthest from a Nolan fan ever. I thought he actually did a good job this time, and I was surprised about it. Like I said, I still think Dark Knight is a crap movie, except for Ledger, and it begins with decent and mediocre, but I thought this was a good effort, and it was actually a decent movie, and it felt more comic book-like. I'm going to say my review, but I want Darryl to go first. What do you think?
Yeah, okay, thanks, everybody. First of all, I want to say the prayers to the victims of the Colorado shooting, to all the people. I send my prayers out to them. That was uncalled for what happened on Friday night and Thursday night when you had people going in to see the movie, and they were brutally murdered by a maniac and an asshole. So my prayers go out to all of them. Okay, now let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay. And I get some shout-outs, too, real quick. Give a shout-out to Storm Sync, as usual. Good podcast. I support his comic books, Tales of the Seashell. So I give a shout-out to Storm Sync. Shout-out to Mike from Clobbering Time. Very good show. True comic book fan. Anybody I'm missing? That's it for right now. But those are the people
shout out to Clobbering Time, Comic Cast.
And Comic Cast, I'm sorry, and Villain Radio. And I give a shout out to Villain Radio. So these guys are champs, and they're real comic book fans. Okay, now let's get on to the review. Okay, I thought the movie was, I'm going to tell you the truth, I was fucking impressed with the movie. The movie was decent. And now that we can say that we have a trilogy, this is kind of the first time that you ever had a Batman trilogy ever on the screen, where you had the same actor that played Batman. You had the other movies, yes, but this is the first time that they successfully executed Bruce Wayne's story on the movie screen, and it's never been done before. And I thought that Dark Knight delivered. Anybody that said he put comic book elements into the movie as far as Nightfall. He had the elements of Nightfall, the elements of Dark Knight Returns, elements of No Man's Land, and he used a lot of some of the threads from Long Halloween, and he put it in his movie, and I thought that Nolan did a good job of the movie. It was the best Batman movie that I've seen in a long time, and I like the scenes of Bane. Bane was the ultimate badass. I know a lot of fans are like, oh, how can we get past Heath Ledger and his Joker? Well, Tom Hardy delivered on Bane. They delivered. He was a total badass. And anybody that didn't see the movie, I recommend you see this. For Batman to get his ass beat on a movie screen was beyond me. I've never seen that, like the fight scene, because this is like the first time you actually seen Batman engaged in a fist fight with a villain on the movie screen. I mean, you read it in the comic books, maybe some animation, but Nolan was able to put actually Batman in physical combat. And when you see Batman fighting and stuff, he's always knocking the Joker out or the Riddler or whoever he's fighting. But this is the first time ever that you see Batman in a fist fight. I mean, he literally beat Batman's ass. He broke his back and he beat his ass and took him right out of the of his costume and put him in the pit. And the scenes of the pit showed that he was truly Batman. Him rising out of the pit, that he kept trying to get out the pit. And, you know, the movie was amazing. This is an amazing Batman movie. I have to say that. I went in, like Spider-Man, I went in skeptical, but came out satisfied. So what you think, Andre? I mean, movie world.
Yeah, no, I think it came out extremely satisfying. I think, like, I was shocked because, like, I keep on saying I'm still shocked because to me it feels like this movie wasn't even directed by Nolan, or like somebody else took over in the middle, because I feel like the style was completely different. It was like really high octane action, but it still was really a good.
Yeah.
And the other movie, I thought he was kind of bland in both movies. I actually cared about his character and felt bad for him, and I thought Bane was, like, even though I would have preferred him to look more like the comic Bane personally, but he was actually, you know, the Bane from the comic, like, personality-wise, he was kicking ass. He was taking names. He was, like, snapping anybody's neck who would get in his way. He didn't give a fuck, and he really fucked up. I was shocked. I didn't think they were actually going to go for it and show the background.
Yeah. Yeah. You hear me? Andre.
Cool, too, about, you know, John Blake, even though John Blake wasn't his real name, but I kind of cool how they did an amalgam of Robins. They mixed Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, and Tim Drake all together, because the way he automatically found out, deducted that he was Batman when he came in. Also, like, the whole Dick Grayson being the cop at Bloodhaven, and the whole Jason Todd never knowing his mother. It was the kind of like,
yeah.
He basically tells.
Hey, when you talk, it just keeps going in and out. It's people trying to call into the show.
There is, yeah, but I love the part when Batman was saying that if you want to be a lone hero, you need to wear a mask. He was telling John Blake. That was another inference to Robin. I thought that was pretty good. I thought overall it was a great job. It felt more like a comic book movie than any of Nolan's Batman movies, in my opinion. It really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same old crap, and it actually wasn't. He surprised me, and I didn't think he was going to do that. He actually changed his whole style up. But I thought it was a great comic book movie, and I thought it was fun too. It was actually something that the other ones that weren't. It was like really fun. It was.
Yeah. So I agree with you. It was fun. The movie delivered. The last movie, you know, most movies when they have trilogies, the third one usually is kind of garbage, but he actually delivered. He delivered his version of the Bat up on the screen, and he did successfully. Now, the people who don't, you know, a lot of people, they don't like kind of the movie, think it went another direction, but, you know, you have to do that when it comes to film. Film has to kind of go another direction versus the comic book. I know me and you discussed this before on the show, but he went another direction, and it worked. He executed it. It worked. It was entertaining. He delivered on the action sequences. Now, you know, he just did all of it. Bane was the ultimate badass in the movie. Catwoman's character was decent. They went back to the early 40s Catwoman. So they did that. They went back with elements, I guess, with the Robins. I guess that was Robin. But they went back, but he left it vague enough to where you have to use your common sense. So he gave a little bit of everything that what people wanted. And I commend him.
Yeah.
I commend him for giving everything that what people really wanted in his third movie. And like I said about Nolan before, with his villains and characters, he amplifies it for the movie screen. He takes certain things from the book, seeds, and he kind of amplifies it and goes into other directions. So that's why I think I'm impressed with how he's even used the characters on the screen. I'm not a huge fan of his, but I will say that the way he portrays his characters on the screen is like throwbacks to how they originally were interpreted. And see, a lot of us, we forget how the characters was really interpreted when they first came out. And so he goes back, because you have 70 years worth of history that you're dealing with this particular character. So he goes back, and he tries to define it the best way he can and deliver without getting it muddled up, origins and backgrounds and different things like that. And I think he delivered, and I'm impressed. He told a Bruce Wayne story on the screen that's never been told before, and he delivered. The ending was even, I even like the ending. The ending I never have a problem with him being in a cafe with Selena at the end. Now, you know, you guys got to go with it. What is your, mention this movie world. Remember this tale called, from Alan Moore called Whatever Happened to the Man of the Mall?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that story? Yeah. It was supposed to be the last, it's supposed to have been the last issue of his book, a What If, it was the last issue. That's how I looked at this movie, like a what if his book was ending. And that's how I looked at the ending. Because in reality, if Batman's book was ending, that's how it would have ended. It would have ended with him being with Selena Kyle in the first place.
Donna.
If he took out all the continuity, see, the books are ongoing. But let's just say there was one complete story that they was telling, like, what's that, V for Vendetta or Watchmen, those are complete tales. They don't keep going, they stop. So say if this was a complete tale of this one hero, that's how it would have ended. That's how I think it would have ended. And that's what I think he accomplished on the screen is like, okay, you have the origin. Okay, you have him becoming the Bat. Then you have him retiring possibly for something that he didn't do. But then you have him rising to be a hero, and then he's leaving. So that's how his reality, that's how he set his reality. Some problems I had with the movie, like the referencing of the Joker, but I'm not petty about it. I'm not going to be petty about it or pitch fit because that's not the whole movie. You didn't have to, but that's about my only thing with that.
Yeah.
But he told a complete tale in 3 movies, so you can match up the 3 movies together and say, okay, he told a complete story into itself. And that's what I was impressed with.
I
What we wrote?
So whatever. So I was taking it as, you know what, it's the last one. I'll just take it as the Elseworld, and I saw it like that, and I was like, I completely enjoyed it.
Yeah. So, you know, as fans, as Bat fans, just got to complain about it and say, oh, it's an Elseworld story. It wasn't even canon anyway. It's not canon in the books, but you have to look at it as a what if this was the last story. And that's how his story would have ended, I believe. His story would have ended in that same matter, would have been heroic. He would have faked his death because he doesn't get killed, so they put all the elements in it.
Combined them into his own story.
Yeah, they combined it into one major arc, and it delivered. So he put that in one feature. So that's what made it to me.
Yeah,
that's why I'm
and it, like I'm not gonna say it didn't have its flaws, because every movie has its flaws and everything. But to me, it's like to me, Dark Knight and the other ones that have major flaws. This had a lot of flaws.
Yeah.
Enjoying it as a fun Batman movie and a great adventure movie. It didn't deter me like the other one. I felt like I couldn't really enjoy it. the other one more, like the for Joker. But this one, I completely enjoyed it. I got sucked into it, and it was a really great movie.
Yeah, it was. And like I said, I commend Nolan for telling a complete Bruce Wayne story. I commend him, and that's how. And you know, anybody that reads the Batman comic books, like I said, just do a what if. What if you guys read Batman's last issue? How would Batman's story end? See, Batman's story never really ended. You had Elseworld stories in the comic books like Dark Knight Returns. You had the Earth 2 Batman, the Death of him. You even had the R.I.P. storyline with Batman. But, you know, we knew he wasn't going to die in the comic books. It was always the way we were going to bring him back. But this is a movie. So it's like, what if Batman just was not going to be Batman no more? That's how it would have ended. Because Batman doesn't die. Batman can get out of anything. So, like, the ending of the movie with him on the plane and some of the other things, like if you read the comic books, you're unable to kill Batman. So Batman always rises. And so that's why you got the name Dark Knight Rises. He rolls out the pit. They showed that he was so determined that he eventually climbed out of that pit. So it just showed a complete Batman tale that I've never really seen on the movie screen. And it defined it. You know, it kind of defined the way the character should be portrayed in the screen. I'm not saying the other adaptations didn't do it because I believe they have. But in this movie was like the ultimate adaptation, and him being in the Paris Cafe with Selena Kyle. That's what Batman would have done in real life, I think, in the comic book. I believe that Batman would have eventually been off with Selena, and Robin or Dick Grayson, one of his sidekicks, eventually would have taken over. And they've had comic books where Dick Grayson or Tim Drake have taken over for Batman. So they've even done that. They've had other tales in the books. So, you know, you go back and you read some of your hardcore Batman tales, and you can see those elements in there. Gotham always was protected.
Yeah, and you know something, I used to see, a lot of people haven't mentioned this, these interviews a long time ago with Bob Kane, and I know, like, a lot of people probably would, I don't know, but would not want to have to see those stories, but I remember Bruce Wayne to get with Selena at the end and have a family. He said he wanted that, but they never did that in the comics. So it's kind of weird that no one makes him be with Selena. That he said he always wanted that to happen. Like him to be with Selena.
And you're right. Bob Kane has said that on the record. And in a lot of books, because I read a lot of Batman comic books, and I read Elseworld Batman tales and imaginary tales, just like Lois Lane and Superman. I read tales where Batman was actually with Selena Kyle. That he married her, and even in some instances, even had children with her, like the Huntress. So I read different tales of Batman where this happened, and Gotham always had somebody protecting it. So that was the thing that I've seen, even in the comic books, where even when Batman gone, somebody's protecting it anyway. Whether it was Dick Grayson, or whether it was the Huntress and the Earth 2, or even the modern books that came out in the last few years, we had Dick Grayson and Damian taking over for Batman when he was gone. So
I was going to mention that. Bruce Wayne.
I'm not hearing you. Something's going on. Let me interrupt you for a second. Something's going on, boy. I can't hear anything you're saying every time you talk. When I talk, when me and you talk, I could hear you when I'm talking to you, but when you start talking, then it just goes off, and then it comes back on after you're done talking.
Oh, man. That's strange. I was thinking about how the episode of Brave and the Bold Knights and Tomorrow when Bruce and Selena, they got married, and they had Damian. They changed it.
Yeah.
You saw that episode?
Yeah, I've seen that episode. It's actually a favorite episode of mine. That story reminds me of the autobiography. They kind of mixed in some things, but it kind of reminds me of the autobiography of Bruce Wayne, the story that I read years ago. And they collected it in the greatest Batman stories ever told, where you had the tale of Bruce Wayne retiring from Batman and marrying Selena Kyle, and it deals with him in the early 50s. It's a good story, by the way. It's a very good story. It's kind of a really good tale of Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle. And, they really didn't explore it in this movie here until the ending, because, he had the Miranda Tate storyline, which I'm not going to spoil for most people. But they had the Miranda Tate storyline and Bruce, but at the end of it, it kind of reminded me of the autobiography of Bruce Wayne and some other tales where Batman is with Catwoman. So, like I said, Nolan delivered on that part, and he defined it. I can tell people that's how Batman would have really done it. And if Batman books ended, I think it would end with Batman and Selina being with each other. That's something we never really got in the movie adaptations as well as the animation.
It didn't bother me that much. I feel like he wouldn't have given up like that because of Rachel and secluded himself. I had little problems with it, but I still enjoyed the movie. There was stuff that I felt like he would have never have fired Alfred. I think that was kind of wrong because of Rachel, but there's some things that are out of character, but I still thought it was a good movie.
Yeah, it was. It was a good movie. It was for a film, for that storyline, it was out of character.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the film itself, but you got to remember, I've said this before, this is a cinematic Batman. See, everything that we kind of have a problem with, like, in the comic books is one thing. But when you're doing a movie and he has a specific storyline, like we know that Harvey Dent would have still been alive. He would have still been fighting Joker, Killer Croc, and his usual group of villains. If it was the cartoons and the comic book, that's Batman for you. But because we're dealing with a cinematic Batman, you're going to get some of those storylines. That was a storyline with Rachel Dawes. That was a storyline in that movie. So, and that was elements from the second movie with Alfred burned the letter. So, of course, Bruce Wayne would have reacted that way to Alfred in this movie. So they were covering all the plot threads from his cinematic Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with a cinematic Batman, he's going to do that, just like the Joker not appearing. Joker, it wouldn't have made sense for you to make the Joker appear in the movie. I mean, it would have been nice if they'd have referenced him, but then in some ways, because he did the 8-year jump, so it was kind of impossible to mention the Joker anyway. Yeah. Actually, Bane fulfilled Joker's dream of causing anarchy in Gotham. So if anybody want to say that the Joker was referenced, he completed his dream. He told everybody what Harvey Dent did, and all the criminals escaped, and Bane kind of destroyed Gotham City. So he fulfilled what Joker was trying to do in the second movie.
Yeah. I thought it was like, I'm just still shocked. I don't know. To me, honestly, it's weird because, I mean, if I don't know any better, I'm excited to Nolan fan, but this seemed like it was almost, this movie was like a FU to the Nolanites because it's like they seem not to like it. They seem to despise it and think it's a weak movie and say it's Spider-Man. Got this real role reversal reaction. It's just
well, I don't know, because I haven't really heard too many reactions. I would hope that the Nolan fans actually have liked the movie. That's me. I'm hoping that they actually will like it. I think this would have gave them what they wanted.
I was putting up some the links on your Facebook page, and like some like Nolanites like turning and say calling him a hack now and everything. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I don't know. But I thought the movie was decent. I thought the movie was pretty decent. I don't know if they're trying to. I don't know about that, but I thought personally it was decent.
It's not Oscar material. It doesn't drag as long as The Dark Knight does. Everything can be Oscar-worthy material. So it's a good, fun movie. Yeah,
it can. It can. Every comic book movie is not going to be, it's one of two things. A comic book movie is not going to be that serious. These are funny books, so, a lot of them can't be taken serious. I believe Nolan has taken Batman serious, but, that's just a matter of opinion. Just like Joss Whedon took he thought the Avengers, he took it serious. Joss Whedon, he understood the elements of Avengers, and he put it on the screen, and he defined the Avengers. So, he can't please everybody. And, you always going to have people that's, not going to be pleased, some fans, and you got some fans that are pleased. So, I don't know. I'm not going to get into who likes the movie, but I just know on my review, and I give it some thumbs up, and that this was a good Batman movie.
Yeah, I think it was an awesome Batman movie. And you know what I find fascinating, though? If you really look at them differently, it almost seems in some ways Hello?
Yeah.
No, see, I don't know if you noticed that. It almost feels weird, like each Batman movie that Nolan did, they feel like different, like a different director made each one or something.
Well, yeah, because he had different themes. Because I'm not defending Nolan. But remember, the first movie, Batman Begins, was you had the mob, like year one. You had the mob running Gotham, and then Bruce was a product of the mob and hard crime going on in Gotham. He set out to make a change. It was like Robin Hood. So he decided to use the bat as a symbol in the first movie, and he did. He succeeded. He wiped the mob out in that first year of him being Batman, and he stopped Ra's al Ghul and all that, so he pumped the fear in the criminals. That's part one. Part two was the rise of the Joker. You had a person that was similar to him, and they both changed Gotham, because you had these two unusual characters running around Gotham City. You had two characters that was running around Gotham City. One was causing anarchy and wiping out they both kind of was wiping out the mob at the same time, but one was trying to destroy Gotham, the other one was trying to save it, but they were unusual men. So that's what I think Nolan tried to prove in part two, was that, this was escalation from that first movie, and it kind of spilled over with the Joker, and the Joker was something different that happened to Gotham that never happened, and then Batman was something different. So you had the result of Batman being Batman, and Joker was a product of that. Then you had part three, which was 8 years later, and it showed a Batman that was older, and, it showed him as a hero finally. It showed him becoming a hero and an icon in his city. So that's what part three was. And then you had a physical threat, kind of more of a physical threat in Bane that could actually give him that powerhouse. So that's why I think Dark Knight Rises stood with that movie. So each movie felt like it was a different direction because he offered a different theme for the Bruce Wayne character. It showed Bruce Wayne evolving. And it showed that in the movie that Bruce Wayne needed a life. See, when you read the Batman comic books, it's always dealing with Bruce's parents and him being Batman. In some books, some writers have portrayed Bruce as having this troubled past and he could find no happiness being Batman. Whereas Nolan, he finally did it on screen. He showed that Batman can live a life without being... See, Alfred, if you listen to the dialogue in the movies, in all three movies, with Bruce and Alfred's against him being Batman. From Batman Begins all the way to now. He's like, this is an unusual idea. Bruce lead a regular life. And Bruce is trying to fight with it. He wants to be Batman. That's his life, and his desire is to fight criminals. And Alfred is saying no. So that was the theme of kind of these movies, was him being Batman, him being this unusual man running around the city and knocking criminals out. And so you never really seen that in any other of the adaptations. And Alfred never discouraged him. You had an Alfred that was willing to be with Bruce Wayne.
I was going to say that. That's the thing that I found a little out of character. I found that a little strange, but that's how
he wanted to do it for his real world Batman and for a movie audience. So he's like, Alfred is like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this. You know what I mean? Because this is not a world. You got to remember, this is a world with no superheroes. His Batman is the only kind of like hero, vigilante. So it's not like you have a Superman in that world or a Green Lantern or anything else. So his Batman, he's saying that, Alfred was kind of saying that. So Bruce found happiness at the end of part three. So that's why you see him in the cafe, and Alfred, because he listened to what Alfred said in the movie. Alfred was saying that he wanted to see him in Paris somewhere, the cafe, and he finally sees him with a woman. He sees him with Selena, of course. So you got that out that movie. Bruce found the happiness that he was looking for. And like I said, it's like a what if in a comic book. And I said to any Batman fan, what if Batman had his last issue today? How do people think his comic book would end? You think it would end with Bruce Wayne dying or retiring? I believe he would retire, and I think he would have got with Selena Kyle if it was his last issue, just like Superman with Lois. If Superman had his last issue today with no 52s or nothing, I think it would end with Superman being with Lois, like you've seen in whatever happened to the Man of the Mall. And that was the same thing for Batman. Dark Knight Rises on the screen.
Yeah, I agree. And I just like, the only thing is, the thing is with it kind of left me wanting more, because then you see like Robin fighting in the Batcave and then on the platform. I'm like,
but you gotta remember, it wasn't a Robin. Yeah, but you gotta remember one thing: it wasn't a Robin story. They probably would have done it if it was Batman and Robin, but they was telling a Bruce Wayne story. So that Robin or whatever he was, Nightwing, had to be safe for maybe our imagination. because this was a Bruce Wayne tale, a Batman Bruce Wayne story.
Yeah, I just figured, you know what, regardless if it's a reboot or they're not gonna do a sequel, but they should still put Robin in it because it kind of leaves people hanging out. Like, people are going to expect, oh, shit, Robin's going to be the next one. Even if it's a reboot, they should just have Robin in it with Batman already, so because then people are going to be like, what the hell happened? The last one.
He's going to be in the next movie. I'm sure that when they reboot Batman, and that's coming, they're not going to do nothing off these Nolan movies. That's it. That was a tell. That was it with their city to care, and the way the movie ended. So I doubt if they do anything else with that. That's left to your imagination with John Blake or whatever his name is. But the next movie, you're going to see official Dick Grayson. You're going to see an official Batman. You're going to see Batman and Robin. You're going to have the supervillains again. So fans is getting their thirst with Batman. My only thing for Batman is that they should wait maybe 4 to 5 years to make another Batman movie. I just think that they shouldn't Warner Brothers shouldn't try to start the franchise over again because you just got through with a trilogy and you had other Batman movies. So I just think they should hold up a minute before they even come out with a new Batman movie.
If you start a whole new trilogy of Batman and Robin, if there's no origin, like if you just have them from the get-go, I think it would be acceptable because then they're already there. They're already existing in the world. I think it would be more acceptable if you do it like that instead of whole origin or by himself. Yeah,
it's gonna waste up a movie if you try to do an origin too. I think you waste up a whole movie trying to spend time with an origin. But I'm not gonna even talk about the reboot now because I think it's premature.